Hey, yo, what is going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday to everyone. It is 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time here on the East Coast. This is, more importantly, another live edition of the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network. What is going on, everyone? If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up and share it throughout your entire social media platforms and all that fun stuff. As always, I am Steve. What's going on, everyone? We're joined by the good brother, all the way from the mean streets of Bridgeport, Connecticut, the one, the only Walter. Walter, what's going on, bruh?
What's up? I was having a sleepy day, and then when I stepped outside after work, it was nice and hot for
Dude,
our
it's
standards.
bro,
So
it's
I'm loving it.
insane already. It's like 70 degrees outside. It feels like it's
Yes,
probably like no, it's probably like 64 degrees, 65, but it feels like
uh,
70.
it feels like 70. Yeah.
I love it, dude.
Oh,
Like
I
I
wish.
I was driving around today in the whip and I seen like businesses that having their tables outside for people to eat and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, people are already jumping the gun already. Watch tomorrow be like 30 degrees again. Watch,
No, I
yo.
don't see you in this negative energy.
I mean, where's the lie though, man? Where's the lie? And of course, we're joined here by
Heel
the good
Steven
brother.
always bringing the negative energy, of course. The world revolves around Heel Steven.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
I don't know about that one. And of course, we're joined here by the good brother, all the way. Well, he's back. He is back from his trip from the West Coast. Back from that California loving. Caden,
I have
welcome back.
returned to the Sunshine State from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California, from WrestleMania week. I'm going to do, just to quickly say it, there's already a stream up on the channel. I'm supposed to do a Los Angeles WrestleMania week recap today. I might be moving that tomorrow, but I'll let y'all know by the end of the show today.
That's fine. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. So tomorrow, instead of Let's Talk NXT, there'll be Caden's Cooking with Caden, where he'll be talking
all
about
right.
his weekend.
If we're not talking NXT, then fine. Well, I'll be on that too.
Yeah,
Of course,
No. I did not go to Stand and Deliver. It will only be regarding things that I went to. We're gonna go through my week in Los Angeles day by day. I got there Thursday. I left Monday. So we're gonna go through every single day and talk about what I did, and then they'll give their thoughts. They were on the streams. They probably watched a decent amount of what I watched. So
Decent
just
amount.
some examples of what's not going to be talked
bro.
about.
There's some stuff that we saw that left us scarred for life. Let's just put it that way.
I know what you're talking about. I wasn't at that show, so we're not going to talk about it.
Thank goodness, bro. Ooh, thank
I
God.
assume you're talking about the DDT show Thursday night.
Oh
Yes.
man,
Not there. I was not. I
Listen,
should have. I
man,
regret not going because I heard it was a really good show.
That's a good show.
it's a
I heard
good
it was.
show.
I heard consistently from everybody that it was.
I don't know what to call it. Like I can't
I
say.
don't- No,
I said I wasn't entertained,
From
but
people who are
No.
independent wrestling fans, I have consistently been told that it was one of the better shows all weekend.
You know what? To me, is it my cup of tea? Not really. However, I am aware that we live now in a day and age where wrestling is what you make of it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? So that's the reality of it, is what you make of it, and there's options. And that's the beauty of pro wrestling.
I think tonight, I wanted to rewatch a lot of the indie shows this morning and rewatch as much as I could of WrestleMania. I rewatched the tag match, the men's showcase, which was still amazing. I want to rewatch Rhea and Charlotte because I ended up missing the first few minutes, and I was on the floor for that match, so it was kind of hard to see. I need to watch the main event of night one because as soon as the entrances started, about 2 minutes in, I had to go back up to my seat to leave. Because I was leaving as soon as the main event ended, so I had to go back up. So I literally did not see 5 minutes of that of night one main event, and then the women's showcase I had to do homework during, so I missed that match.
You were doing homework at a show?
There's a reason. I'll explain that tomorrow. There's a reason I had to do my homework at the show. It's really fucking annoying, but I had to do it. So I had to do some stuff. So, but
That's
so
why I didn't go to
want to
Mania during
rewatch it.
school.
I missed the main event. I missed the main event and the half of the co-main event on the World Gringo Locos World on Lucha. So I need to make sure I rewatch. I got to watch Kingo and Commander. I was so. I wanted to see.
Oh, you there? You were having a good time, man.
I wanted to stay so badly, but I was so fucking tired. Again, that's more when we talk about tomorrow. But yeah, I got to rewatch that. I want to rewatch Bloodsport. I need to rewatch Spring Break. Like any show I was at, I need to rewatch. And then I do want to rewatch. I do want to go through and watch some of the shows I missed, like DDT versus GCW. I was only there for 30 minutes. I need to watch the main event of Ring of Honor because me and Chase left early. Once Eddie Kingston's entrance hit, we had to go. I had to be at GCW. So I ended up missing.
Time
Eddie
out.
and Claudio.
So time out. Time out. You had Chase sacrifice watching the main event.
He didn't want to see it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't want to see that.
We both were like, he didn't. I asked him specifically. I said, if you care, I will stay. But he said he thought that I was the one who was going to want to stay. And I said, I want to stay and watch it, but I could either do that and watch it or get to GCW an hour late. And I had to be there for Vikingo and Speedball. That was non-negotiable. That was one of my top 3 matches I had to see that weekend. So I needed to be there for Vikingo and Speedball. It was Speedball Coda, Vikingo Speedball, and Cody Roman were the 3 matches I had to be there for this weekend.
Damn, Tony's upset now, bro. Tony's mad now.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
It's fine. I'll talk. Like, there's more stories I'm going to get into.
Can I ask you a question real quick, though?
It was very packed with everything I had.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
What's up, Steve?
Did you go to the Bloodsport show?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, it was a great show.
Okay.
I thought that some of the matches were a little shorter than I would have liked. That was my biggest issue.
I felt like for me, and again, we'll talk about this tomorrow, fine, but I'll just say this, and maybe Walter will agree the same way. I felt like it was the most disappointing Bloodsport.
Hey, someone turn your ringer off.
Of them all, because I was expecting, blood. I was expecting blood.
Bloodsport never has blood.
Man.
What? Oh,
they didn't have blood. They might have had one instance of blood last year, but Bloodsport usually isn't about blood. Remember what Bloodsport is a reference to, guys. It's a reference to the movie. That's what the point is.
The Kumite.
Bloodsport was I don't know why people are saying the Bloodsport show sucked. It was awesome in there.
You know what it was? I think there's a lot of folks, and this is just my humble opinion, okay? And again, we'll talk more about this tomorrow. But I feel like there's a lot of folks who went into it watching it for the first time. And they've heard stories of, it's what happens when pro wrestling.
Coda being there drew people in.
That too, but also it's the first time, okay, this is pro wrestling trying to do their version of catch can meets MMA. Grappling, if you will. And they, again, for the first time, and they're maybe expecting, okay, maybe we'll see some blood. Because again, it's Bloodsport. Again, many folks.
If people know what the name Bloodsport actually means, you understand why there's not going to be. Like, I was surprised that there wasn't any. I think there wasn't any instances of blood. There might have been one in the main event. I thought we were going to get some. But even then, I picked, because Romeo in our poll had an over-under, and I picked the under on the blood. Because I knew it was like, okay, Speedball and Coda aren't going to bleed. I didn't think Moxley bled a tiny bit, but I was like, Moxley's not going to bleed before 4 minutes because that's not what this show is. It's not supposed to be super bloody. It's not supposed to be death matches. It's supposed to be MMA fight, like real. It's supposed to be a shoot version of MMA fighting. And MMA fighting can have blood, but it also can't. Like if you go watch amateur wrestling, as far as I know, those aren't bloody. Those aren't super bloody fights.
Amateur wrestling, bro, they're wearing the headpiece and they're grappling, basically.
Yeah, it's more grappling. And then, you can you can strike, but it's not as much about.
No, they're not striking at all. It's grappling. It's grappling. It's basically. But
I know Safet's saying there was blood in the movie, changed the name then. But like, my point is that's what Bloodsport's literally always been. I mean, I would have liked a little bit more blood than what we did get. And I will say, I thought last year Bloodsport was a better show. I'll say that. and I'll
Hey,
go
Walter,
more
call
into depth.
someone a
'Cause I need to
jobber, yeah.
rewatch last year's Bloodsport too. But as someone who was there, I definitely did. I thought last year's was a little bit more exciting.
I get to you, this was Walter this past weekend saw a lot of
Too many
the J word.
jobbers.
I mean, respectfully.
Walter ain't built, but Walter is not an indie guy. I can tell you that.
No,
right
you'd be
now.
surprised, dude. You'd be surprised. Like, yo,
Calls everybody a
Walter,
fucking jobber. If you work the
That's
indies,
his-
you're a jobber. Jobber.
that's Walter. You gotta understand. That's Walter's gimmick.
But
I
you
know,
gotta
that's-
be a special type of talent for me
I know,
to not
that's-
call you
that's-
that.
yeah, I
Like
know.
a very you
So-
got. I am
so-
a little critical with some of these indie guys.
Believe it or not, Walter has plenty of Ring of Honor shows and HOG shows under his belt.
HOG.
I looked at the time, Steve, and we've gone 11 minutes
MLW.
without talking
That's
about
fine.
Raw.
Well, I
and we
mean,
could go.
right,
No,
well-
my point is that we could go 2 hours
So-
without talking about Raw, and I'd be okay.
All right, I'll tell you what. Monday Night Raw, right? You know what, guys? Think
Let's
about
talk
that
about-
time, guys.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
Regarding Monday Night Raw.
Just use
know-
the Cody one.
Well, I thought this is funny.
I don't
too,
like
'cause-
that
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
It's
It's
too
be Tony.
long.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta cut it.
Tony's locked. I mean,
What do you guys want to talk about?
or the first the WWE.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
There's plenty. I got all of them, man. But anyway, yes, last night's Monday Night Raw was the Raw after WrestleMania that went down from the Crypto.com arena. But if you're, but again, the real ones will refer to it still at the Staples Center. And oh boy, this show, man, this show.
This
I'll be
show
honest.
was, I said, stinky, smelly.
Walter, what would you give this show? What would you refer to this show as?
I'm trying to think of a word. Just uneventful.
Uneventful is nice.
That's a nice way to put it. Uneventful. If this was like treated as a normal episode of Raw, it would be decent, you know. But you know, they like to hype up this Raw after Mania crap every year, and we know it's not as good as it was like years in the past. So I don't have expectations. I never have high expectations for Raw after Mania anymore. It's not the same. It hasn't been the same for a long time.
2014.
Yeah, we were gonna say 14, 15.
13.
It's
13
yeah.
for me. I felt like the show, it was to me disappointing. Considering, yes, it was the Raw after WrestleMania. The Raw after WrestleMania are always what I believe to be the most important Raw of the year. Because besides their season,
It's where you're supposed to
season
reset
beginning,
stories, right? You reset
Yes.
everything and you call people up, you get your returns. It's supposed to be the ultimate reset after you end your year at WrestleMania.
and also factor in this is the first Raw after Mania where things are back to normal. Everything's reset. We're back to normal. Everything's at full speed ahead. No more protocols. No more of this restrictions.
Last year was back to normal.
Yeah, but to me, it just felt like this year was complete. Now you can feel it. Now it's like, okay, now, because let me ask this question. When you were in California, did you see how many people have you seen wearing a mask? Like deeply protected.
There were,
You know-
I wouldn't say there were a ton, but there were definitely people still wearing masks. I do remember that the people sitting next to me on my flight home were masked, but that was also a flight. It's a little different than being at SoFi. But yes, there were still people that were like, one of my friends that I saw, she was wearing a mask the whole weekend. So there are still people masking.
But that's what I'm referring to. Like, it's not as crazy as it was 2 years ago. You know,
2 years ago.
3 years ago, 2 years ago,
2
whatever-
years ago, yeah, I'd say like last year still, like you're in Texas, like no one's fucking wearing a mask.
Exactly. So there was that, and you heard the news about the sale and the merger with Endeavor, right, and all this stuff, and it just felt very disappointed. I'm like you guys, I was expecting a surprise, NXT call up.
You got a surprise, man.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, we got Matt Riddle. Like, come on, bro, with big whoop.
That was such a letdown. I'm
Got
sorry.
Mr. I'm not gonna say that. That's mean.
You had Elias show up, and where's that
Elias?
sound?
That's a surprise.
Where'd that sound? Womp, 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 womp. I
That
don't know
ain't
the
no
sound.
damn surprise.
You're really saying Elias and Omos was our surprise, Steve? Are you
No,
kidding
like
me?
no. So when Omos came out, you're expecting okay, he's gonna face someone new. You're expecting all right. Normally, when they'll
No,
bring
no, no, no,
someone,
no, no. No, I wasn't. I
well,
wasn't.
that's you. Well, that's you. That's you.
Walter, were you expecting Omos to face like Johnny Gargano, or not Johnny Gargano, like Grayson Waller? Is that what you were expecting?
No,
A
it
surprise?
just felt weird. Like, yeah, maybe like I don't know who it could have been because it's Omos. Omos ain't gonna lose to
Someone-
anyone.
Yeah, Omos
Again,
was gonna squash somebody, so I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a Drew Gulak.
Hey man, he's on NXT. Bring in him and Hank. Why not? But besides that,
Hank?
though,
Hank?
hey man, someone beat up
Who the
real
fuck is
quick.
Hank?
Who's Hank Walker?
That janitor dude.
Who's
the
that?
Custodian.
Hank
custodian.
Walker? You're talking
Hey.
about bringing Hank Walker to Raw?
Hey,
Walker.
Omar needs a quick win, right? Omar needs a quick win to recover from that loss.
What about
Mania.
Von
Hey,
Wagner? I'd rather have Von
Yeah, I'd
Wagner.
rather give me like Von Wagner and Omos. So at least a big guy.
Point is, though, there's a lot of people were expecting surprises, and it didn't happen. That's the point of the show, right? Triple H came out, and then, but the one thing I'll say, I like the beginning, right? After, I like the beginning, and I like the end. I love that ending. There's some people that I saw on Twitter, oh, this is terrible. Still from Sunday, acting like it's still the end of the world. Oh my God, this is an outrage. How dare they? I'm canceling my Peacock subscription. I'm having buyer's remorse.
Morris, what the fuck?
You'd be surprised, bro.
I did have buyer's remorse for my tickets.
Nah, bro.
Wow.
I spent a
Never.
shit ton of money.
Nah, dude. But you have fun though. Besides that, you have fun
Nah.
being with your friends. You got to
I say this every
Besides
year.
that.
Every year I say, night one, I don't regret going to. This is 3 years in a row now where I say, night two, could have done something else. Save the
But
money.
that's the point, though. But that's the point, though, man. Again, when you go to when you travel out, again, you're going to a different city that you probably never went to. You're meeting people that you only see
Different
through
city
screens.
I probably never went to, and I was in LA twice in the last 5 years.
Again,
But
I see. I didn't know that part. That's the other thing. I didn't know that part. But there's people who go out to WrestleMania. They go to a city they never went to. They travel out. They visit. They explore and shit. But point is, though, we can go on this forever.
Yeah, buyer's
Right.
remorse. This is some bullshit. I've been to 2 worse manias than
again,
this
like,
one.
but Walter, I think it's important to remember that you're also a Roman guy and you love Roman, so you got the result that you wanted. Whereas someone like
it's not about that. I'm talking about as a whole. The show was good. It's really good show.
I thought night one as a whole was fantastic. I thought night two as a whole was a disappointment.
Night 2 had some questionable booking, but I thought it was okay. Like it made. I think the whole experience was overall Mania was really good.
Were you on the watch along?
On both of them, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's something that you need to. I think that's something that I think a lot of people aren't.
I enjoyed night one just like
understand
everyone else.
I think a lot of people aren't going to understand if you like. For me, I flew from Florida. I flew across the country. I paid for my singular ticket. I paid $470.
Okay.
To see Cody win.
Can I say something real quick?
And I don't see Cody win.
There's people. Okay, there's people who. Okay, you flew across the country. People who flew from a different country.
Yeah, people who and I feel like same thing. Where there are people who probably flew from the UK for the same thing. And not only is it that Cody won, it's that you end on a flat note. You have some questionable booking. You sit through half of the show. You're sitting through advertisements. That's my biggest problem. We sat through advertisements for at least 90 minutes of this show. And the Jumbotron broke.
At WrestleMania?
Yeah. So when y'all see, I don't know how much they show y'all on Peacock, but we sat through throughout a 3.5 hour show, at least 90 minutes of it was advertisements that we watched on the Jumbotron. And the Jumbotron broke multiple times during matches where we couldn't see stuff. Like there were matches that we couldn't even watch the full match because it broke.
Yeah, they gotta fix that issue for next time then.
It happened both nights. I don't know what it was.
But I'll say this again,
it's a new stadium.
It's a new that besides that.
$15 billion. Fix it.
Not even that. Yeah, but I mean, again, and I said this yesterday. There's people who are angry, what have you. That's fine. I get it. But if you guys think again, and I'll say this again, if you all thought what happened on Sunday night was bad, was an outrage, a lot of y'all must have forgot about the Yes movement. Were you around?
I don't think they're comparable situations.
Did you watch the Yes movement, by the way?
I wasn't watching wrestling, but I know the story of it. I'm saying I understand where you're going with it. I do not think that they're comparable situations.
Nah, bro.
I think they are. No, you got look at what went into the Yes movement, right? Look at what went into it, right? He wins the title at SummerSlam and they fuck him over. And then he wasn't planned for Mania. He was supposed to just have the feud with Bray Wyatt. I think he was originally supposed to stay in the Wyatt family and he was never going to leave. And then fans forced their hand to give Daniel the win at WrestleMania. That was only about a span of 6 to 8 months. This, on the other hand, is a story that they've been telling for over 940 days now of who is going to, and that's been the question the whole time, is who is going to beat Roman? And you go first. Let's go to WrestleMania 37. He double stacks Daniel Bryan and Edge. Fine. He beats Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 38 in a match that nobody wanted. Nobody wanted them to unify the titles. Nobody wanted to see Brock and Roman again after we had seen it 5 months earlier in Saudi Arabia. But we get that. Then they add in Sammy. A lot of fans wanted Sammy to win. But while some did still complain, and me and I think most people said, you know what? We're okay with Sammy not winning because we know it's Cody. Cody's the one who's going to do it. He's going to do it at WrestleMania. He's going to finish his story. We're going to finally get a conclusion or be the beginning of the end of the bloodline, and we're going to get something new to push this story forward. And a lot of Roman's reign, in my opinion, has gotten stale at certain points. And we finally got to a point where stuff felt good. It felt like we were going right. They didn't give it to Sammy. They had 3 opportunities. They had Drew at Clash in the Castle. You could have put over Drew there. I don't think he was going to beat Drew like Steve did, but I think you had a good opportunity there. I thought you had a good opportunity at Elimination Chamber, giving Sammy the win in his hometown, give him that big pop. I knew why they weren't going to do it because I said Cody. It's got to be Cody. And you had a chance with Cody, extremely over. I'm in that building. I see so much Nightmare Family merch. I had never heard at a single event in this reign, I've never heard Roman get booed, and he got booed out of the building during that match. I had never heard that besides Elimination Chamber. Only time I had heard something like that. Maybe at the end of Rumble when he turned on Sammy. And you had a chance, and you said no. And you did the same thing. You played things safe. And I'm okay with Cody losing, but my issue is that they played it safe and did the exact same thing they've always done. Roman gets helped by someone, and there's a ref bump, or a ref gets distracted, something like that, and one of the bloodline members helps him. Every single match in this story, since the bloodline actually formed and he had Jimmy and Jay at his side, that happened at WrestleMania 37. That happened at WrestleMania 38 with Paul Heyman pushing the rope. That happened at WrestleMania 39. This is 3 WrestleMania main events in a row where somebody outside of the bloodline has helped him win. And I just want something new. And it feels like we're just getting the same fucking thing over and over. And we're going to go into when we talk, let's go right into Raw. Let's talk about the beginning where I felt like we got the exact same thing. And nobody, Cody somewhat acknowledged in that first segment that Solo helped him. But why isn't he saying it more? Why aren't people saying, you know what, Cody, you say you're the most dominant force in WWE, but how come you only win whenever you have help from Paul, Solo, and or the Usos, but you can't win without any of them at your side? Why is nobody else saying that? Why is nobody else calling this out in promos? I feel like I'm being gaslit by WWE.
Okay. I see where you're coming from with that. Walter, you there, bro? What happened?
I'm here. Nah, I had to do something real quick.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Let me see here. How are we supposed that Roman is dominant when every match ends the same? It's stupid. Yeah, I get that. But I feel like at the same time, with the whole thing with Cody, you gotta remember the guy was gone for how many months with that injury?
Why does that matter with Cody winning?
The dude was gone for like what 6 months. It seems right.
He was
6
gone
9
for
months.
about 8 months, but how is that? Or not 8 months? I think he was gone for 7. But how is that relevant to this? Cody being injured.
Because him just coming back, winning at 30, and just going to the main event and just winning the weight, that would have been easy.
And but what's the issue with doing that and capitalizing when he is the hottest babyface they've had in years?
He got booed in the
Bro.
building, no, on Sunday.
They booed Cody out of the building?
No, he got a mixed reaction. I should say. I wouldn't say boo.
Walter,
I'll go back
Walter,
on.
I was in the
Peacock right
building.
now. Well, Peacock must have put something because I could have sworn I heard a mixed reaction.
I don't know what you're hearing, but I was in the building.
Remember in the watch log, Steve? I said there was a mixed reaction. I wasn't trolling either. I'm like,
I could've
guys,
sworn, yeah.
hear the reaction.
I could have
I'm
sworn it
telling
was.
you, I was in the building. Roman got booed out of the building.
Oh, I'm not saying Roman didn't get booed more. Of course he did.
Cody,
but
Yes.
Cody got.
Listen,
there
Roman
maybe-
got.
There were some.
of course
sure,
Roman
there were-
got booed.
Roman
I
got
understand.
booed.
But it was like
At
maybe
WrestleMania 32.
maybe 5% of the fans weren't cheering for Cody. It was Cody territory. I don't know why you think you heard a mixed reaction. I'm
For
sure
the
Casey's gonna say
entrances.
he heard
We're
it
talking about
too.
the
I
entrances,
can tell you
right?
right now, I didn't hear
I was in the
anything
building
close
too.
to a mixed reaction for Cody.
I'm talking about the entrances. When he came out, when they were saying, "Oh, from Atlanta, Georgia," I heard like some boos there.
Yeah.
And then throughout the match, he got cheered a lot more. Yes, it was building up, and
I didn't hear anything. I heard people singing the song during the entrance.
no, not
sing-
when they did the introductions.
Word for word.
Chase, that was in your section. No, we weren't. Our
I
section.
saw a lot
was
of
cheering
ones.
for
I saw some
Cody.
ones up.
I was a section over from Chase. Like we were like 10 seats over from each other. I don't know what Chase is talking about.
Thank you.
We
Thank
were
you,
cheering
Peter
for
Gilman.
Cody.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter. The people who would Roman need to acknowledge him. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate that.
No.
Thank you. Listen, I just feel like at the end of the day, and again, it's a humble opinion, man. You gotta relax a little bit. Let the shit play out. That's what I'm doing. I'm letting the shit play out.
I've let it play
Again.
for 3.5 years.
For me,
3.5 years from Cody. He just got this
Cody?
push.
Or with Roman. No, Roman was about 2.5. It's approaching 3. Cody's story has been going on for 8 years. Or
Bro,
7.
but we're
It's
counting
8 years.
WWE's story. We're not counting AEW. We're not counting the indies. We're counting this.
I have that shirt in my couch. The story for Cody started when he left in 2016. That's the story. His story has been going on. The whole thing about, Cody needed adversity. Cody had adversity. Cody left the company. The story is not just when Cody returned on April 2nd, 2022. The Cody started whenever he left the company in 2016. The story includes him winning the Ring of Honor championship. It includes him winning the IWGP United States championship. It includes him becoming an NWA heavyweight champion at All In. It includes him starting All Elite Wrestling with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks and Tony Khan. It includes him becoming a 3-time TNT champion. It includes him returning to face Seth Rollins. It includes him winning at Hell in a Cell, wrestling with a torn titty. It includes him winning at number 30 in the Royal Rumble. It includes everything since he left in 2016. That is the story. And it also does include Dusty's story too. But the story about his adversity has already happened over the last 7 years. So this whole excuse of, Cody needs adversity, he needs to get the shit beat out of him by Brock Lesnar. That's fucking stupid. The story has been going and then saying nothing else matters besides what happens in WWE, like Chief's saying. That's not true because they've acknowledged on TV that what happened outside of WWE for Cody is involved in this. They've already said that.
So you're telling me, time out. So you're telling me him leaving in 2016, him going all these places was all part of the work, part of the story.
That's part of the story, 100%. It's not like he just went away for 6 years
and he left on his own, man.
That is part of the story, and he's said it. He has said it in promos already. Are we just forgetting this? We're forgetting that they've said it, that Rollins said it, that Roman said it. Roman literally had the promo that you quit whenever it gets too hard. You leave. You do all this. You couldn't get over in your own company, so you're quit. It's been acknowledged now. It is.
But you got to remember though.
Canon.
But you got to remember though, with Cody, that comes with the package. The fact that he did start, because you just can't, because you think about it, right? Cody's just not going to come back in 2022, and we're just not going to acknowledge the fact that he left and he didn't do shit for 6.5 years. No, he did stuff. He went out there better on himself, right?
But that's my point, Steve. is that the whole thing about Cody not facing adversity, he did. So I don't like that point that people are make other points. I'm okay with making other points about this, but I don't like the point of that Cody needs to face adversity, and that's his issue because he has faced adversity. And you can easily, if you're WWE, make that clear, and they have. They did it in the Roman promo a few weeks ago when I said that Roman was obliterating Cody originally. I think that was the one where Cody got him back a little bit too. But I think that they've done it. And then like I do want to address like Chief saying let's keep it real. If Tony didn't lowball Cody, wouldn't be in WWE. That's not what happened. Cody was not lowballed. That is not true whatsoever. Cody wanted to go to WWE because he wanted to win the title. Don't let's not make stuff up in the chat. I respect you, Chief. I like you. I want to make it clear that is not the story that happened. Cody went to WWE because he wanted to win the title for his dad. That's what happened.
Well, he no disrespect to Dusty, God rest his soul, but this guy needs to make his own story now. His real story, the American Nightmare story. Dream is good and all, but now you're getting beat up by Brock Lesnar. Fuck everything else. Kick his ass.
and not for nothing, I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out because honestly, the way I look at
it, right? Puerto Rico,
yeah, it could be in Puerto Rico, it could be in Saudi Arabia. The way I look at it, though,
it's gotta be Saudi.
No. But the story here is okay. It'll be easy for Cody because Cody wanted the rematch, right? One word, rematch, right? It would have been easy. For Roman Reigns, okay, you get your rematch on night after Mania, have him win night after Mania. They have everyone go home happy, right? The next day, that would have been easy. But why the fuck are we doing this shit easy? It's part of the story now. Here's Brock Lesnar. Right? Who, for all we know, cannot challenge for the title anymore as long as Roman has those belts, right? That's what they said.
I am so worried that they're going to go against that and do it anyways.
No. The way I'm looking at
this,
they've
done it before.
No. Hear me out.
The way I look at that anymore.
No, they're not. But the way I see this going is they're gonna have Cody go through hell just to get to Roman again. Have him face everyone that Roman already beat. So a select few, not everyone, because fuck, you're not gonna go through the entire fucking list. You're not gonna send Cody to fucking AEW just so he can wrestle fucking Bryan Danielson and fucking who else in AEW?
Just so you can go to AEW to wrestle Bryan Danielson, who is the greatest wrestler of our generation.
Yeah, but you're just not gonna do that now.
Over a little bit, like
no, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is you're not gonna have Cody beat everyone that Roman already beat. You're not going to send Cody to AEW for one match with Bryan. It's not happening here. That's not happening.
I don't understand how that's relevant.
So I'm saying is, okay, he's got to go through almost a select few that Roman beat. In this case, here's Brock. Maybe after that, you can do, I don't know. It could be Edge. It could be maybe Drew in England, right? The point is,
if you want to get Cody booed, you have him beat Drew in England. Fuck that.
Exactly. You have Cody beat everyone.
But why would you want Cody to get booed?
But that's the point,
Steve.
though.
No, Steve. You want to make a Roman Reigns? You have him beat Drew. Why do you always have the worst takes when it comes to Drew? I was agreeing with most of what. Like, I don't agree with fully what you said, but I understand it.
Nah, bro. Just say you didn't agree with it. Just say it.
You want the most American fucker in the world to walk into England and go beat their hometown guy? What are you talking about?
No. Cody's gonna win Money in the Bank. He's not even gonna have to deal
Cody's
with
winning
that.
Money in the Bank. You want him to beat Drew McIntyre in England?
What happened? You used to love Drew. Why are you
hold on? But didn't Roman beat Drew then?
He wants Drew. He wants to build Cody up as this huge baby face, but he wants Cody to go beat Drew McIntyre in England. That's how you lose a guy. That's how you drop everything you had.
He go face Drew. I don't know about England, but
you also got to keep this in mind.
Drew, you just can't fucking do it in England.
Kate, I don't think you realize Cody being champ where like next 3 PLEs aren't in America. I also factor that in also.
Why does that affect me? Cody's now he's Hispanic. His mom is Cuban. He's the Hispanic Nightmare.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
He is
yeah,
the
but
Saudi Arabian nightmare because Saudi Arabians have been claiming to love America. So he's the Saudi Arabian nightmare. And then he can be the English nightmare.
Or there you go.
Um,
or that too. Cody could be Gunther in the UK.
Yeah.
Cody could be
They are
Gunther
probably
in the-
going to cheer over Gunther too.
But
I
that's
wouldn't.
the point,
I wouldn't
though.
have him beat
Yeah,
anybody
we're
from
putting-
Europe if you're putting him.
We're put,
I'd put him in the
but-
ladder match.
But point is though, we're gonna put Cody through hell just so he can get back to Roman.
That's just
That's
that story isn't for me.
I'm
sorry,
like
that's-
just like Brian in 2013, he had to go through shit in hell. Eventually,
that wasn't good. You're forgetting that everybody
But you
hated
weren't around-
that.
but hey, at the end of the day, it paid off though, right? Everyone at the end rejoiced. Oh shit, Brian
And they
had his
did, but that's the
moment.
thing is they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do that for. I don't care. I don't care about the John Cena story. Here is what I care about.
No, time out. You just want Cody to be champ right away. That's all you really want.
Steve. Okay, cool. We're gonna put words into my mouth. No, that is not what I said. Because originally I wasn't having Cody as the champ when he first came into WWE. I didn't know how he was gonna be, and I saw and I was worried. Remember, I said if you guys go back and watch footage when he was coming out of Rumble, go look at my old tweets. I said I don't know how over Cody is going to be. I don't know if he's the right decision to win the Rumble. I still would have him win the Rumble, but I don't know. I wasn't sure. And then when I'm in that building, I hear him at Rumble. I hear how over that man is, that for the last 5 entrants, I don't know how well it picked up on camera, but they were chanting Cody at the last 5 entrants. People got bored and were just there to see Cody. I saw his merch sell out. I saw kids wearing the weight belts. I had never seen, I saw his shirts sold out and they didn't even have any Sami Zayn merch at Rumble. They didn't, his shirt sold out and the Bloodline merch didn't. That's what made me realize in San Antonio, Cody is the fucking dude. And then I saw it week after week after week after week on television. I saw every single show Cody's on that he is extremely over. And I've been saying for Roman's thing is let the story end when you have the exact right mixture of everything. And I thought that they had the right mixture for everything with Cody. It was WrestleMania. It was going to maybe the only thing missing is that you weren't going to have him over 1,000 days. That's the missing part. You had a Rumble winner. You had Cody who was extremely over. You had WrestleMania, main event of WrestleMania, the biggest main event match of WrestleMania. I felt the biggest since WrestleMania 30 with Daniel Bryan. It was easily it felt bigger than last year. It felt bigger than the triple threat. It felt bigger than Drew and Brock at 36. It felt bigger than the women's triple threat. It felt bigger than Brock and Roman that nobody really cared enough to see. A lot of people left the building for that match. It felt bigger than at 33, Undertaker versus Roman. It felt bigger than Hunter versus Roman. It felt bigger than Brock versus Roman 1 at 31. It's the biggest in almost a decade. And I thought that just everything came together. We're 40 minutes into the show. We need to get into Raw.
Read some comments here. Cody's the guy, but WWE isn't ready to end the Bloodline storyline. You need a family to betray him. Once the Usos lose their trust in the Big Goose, that's when it'll happen. So yes, let's get into Monday Night Raw. Yes, Cody wanted a rematch. Paul Heyman said no, and they offered him a tag team match. A tag team match where Cody had to pick it up. His partner could only be someone that wrestled on the WrestleMania card. So there'd be Roman and Solo Sikoa, and then out comes Brock Lesnar to a massive cheer, right? He got the big pop, right? Put his arm around Cody, right? And that was our main event for the night. Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar teaming up against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. I'll be honest, watching all that is I know something's gonna happen. I knew something was gonna happen a mile away. Walter, did you feel the same way too, bro? The moment Brock came out, Brock put his arm around him, and to be his partner, I just knew something was
It was
sus.
a little fishy because Lesnar doesn't wrestle on Raw. Reigns doesn't wrestle on Raw most of the time, and I'm like, yeah, it could be maybe a swerve, but maybe not. I don't know. I wasn't thinking really. I was just excited to see both of them and announce the match. I'm like, oh, okay, we got something good for later then.
I thought we were going to get the match. I was like, it's night after Mania. I was like, oh, we're gonna finally get a Brock Lesnar in a tag team match. That's a cool thing. That's a good Raw after Mania surprise for us, especially since the show, especially leading up. I was like, this show isn't that it's not that good, but hey, we're gonna get this cool main event. And I was like, okay, Brock's probably gonna turn on Cody, right? Brock's probably gonna turn, but it's gonna be after the match. We're gonna get something, and it just never started. And it never started.
Well, we'll get into that later. We're going to get
into that later.
Triple H, before that came out, massive pause, said, we heard the news, but everything's still the same superstar, the same people, whatever, right?
He said nothing.
Yeah, sweet nothings. We had Omos versus Elias in a quick squash match where Omos got the win after losing to Brock Lesnar the night before. Yeah.
This was not originally scheduled for the show. This was on the original run sheet Monday morning. The plan was to do 2 women's triple threat matches in a tournament with the winner of the tournament facing Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. And those got scrapped for Omos and Elias, and then the women's tag match that took place later in the night as a number 1 contenders match, which doesn't really make sense because I think the women's showcase match was supposed to be a number 1 contenders match. So I was a little confused by that, but there were a lot of changes. We're going to get into some more as the show goes on, but this show was rewritten like 5 times.
Yes. Walter, anything you want to add to that? And your thoughts?
Why do we need Omos there? I mean, and the match went too long. It's ridiculous.
90 minutes, so 90 seconds almost. 90 seconds.
I would have put enhancement talent in there to get the enhancement talent on the Raw after Mania.
Either way, he shouldn't. Omos is a loser. He shouldn't be on the Raw after WrestleMania. Like,
I agree.
What the fuck are they doing?
Or what? Some indie talent that wrestled on WrestleMania weekend. Get him a quick little payday.
But it wasn't. It was Elias.
I know, but if it was, what they should have done, grab some indie guy.
I would have preferred that, but nope, that's not what happened.
Yes.
But yeah,
from there we got
let's get to the end of our commercial-free first hour that had 3 minutes of in-ring, and it was Elias and Omos.
Yes. So we had the Usos who are shown going to visit Roman. Paul Heyman greets them and tells Jimmy and Jay that they left, that Reign left for a strategy talk with Sol Sikoa. And then he tells them both that, hey, they have the night off and enjoy being on the jet, some seafood, right? Here I am like, man, I wish I had this damn seafood, right?
Of course.
And they leave. And then you see Paul Heyman knocking the door like, my tribal chief. I already spoke to Jimmy and Jay. So he lied to the Usos.
He says it's taken care of. He says, I don't think he said tribal chief. I know he said it's taken care of.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, come on, now. He lied to them. He lied to the Usos.
Well, presumably, because I don't think he ever specifically said it was the tribal chief, but we're supposed to imply it, right? I think that's another part of the story is like that we don't fully know, but we assume that's what he was.
Yeah. So after this, we get a video recap of the Hall of Fame. That was good to see. Kathy Kelly interviewed Bad Bunny. He says he's excited to bring WWE back to Puerto Rico as the host of WWE Backlash, but tonight he's just a fan. After we got, listen, man, I'm happy for Bad Bunny, man. The guy's amazing.
I know, I'm just amazing. The joke because just a fan.
Amazing music, a diehard fan. Took a hell of a bump. We'll get into that in a little bit too. Ray comes out. It's talking about his induction to the Hall of Fame. He began to thank Bad Bunny when Austin Theory interrupts him. Theory says that they're the only people who did what they did and were going to do at WrestleMania. But while he beat a legend in John Cena, Rey Mysterio beat the product of his own bad parenting, and the challenge was made and the match begun. I was thinking, okay, maybe it's for the U.S. title at first. That's what I thought here. Because again, you want a surprise, like, oh my God, surprise on WrestleMania, right? But they had a regular one-on-one match to where it looked like Rey was going to win. But then Dominic comes out with Damian Priest, and Austin Theory hits the A-Town down and for the win. So yes, back to back. So in a span of 2 days, Austin Theory beats John Cena and Rey Mysterio, 2 legends.
And he gained nothing from either one.
Hey man, listen, a win is a win, man. A dub's a dub. If you don't mind me, Walter, what do you think, bro?
I mean, he did his job, I guess. Theory. He's, I guess, playing some new legend killer gimmick like Orton. I don't know, whatever it is. But I don't know what you think. I mean, he's talking about beating Cena now, beating Mysterio. Either way, he wasn't really that important. He beat Edge as well. There you go. I mean, pushing this guy to the moon. So there you go.
If this is leading to a match with Orton that's at SummerSlam, oh, buddy.
I don't think Orton's going to be back by SummerSlam. I would say maybe WrestleMania.
Let us hope. Again, we're
just hoping. Theories, they're going to do somewhere. I mean, whatever they do with him, hopefully they stay the course because you clearly are trying to push him.
Theory would have been nice or booking.
Yeah, that's how it certainly feels. But the segment itself, like the main thing with Rey and Bad Bunny, this was pretty predictable, but in a good way. Like I knew like this was going to be the storyline going after Mania. Bad Bunny got involved in Mania, which made it more obvious now is that they're going to do a tag match. And it's a good match for Puerto Rico to have. Bad Bunny's he ain't gonna just host; he's gonna wrestle, so that's good for him. And it'll just continue the Rey Dom storyline. It's not official, but it's gonna happen, man. Come on, it's gonna happen. And who knows? Maybe that's where Dom gets a win there, or maybe not. Either way, I think that Dom Rey storylines. I wouldn't mind seeing it till SummerSlam, to be honest.
In a hair versus mask because Dom has grown up that mullet, that Eddie mullet.
I think it's gonna be WrestleMania next year. It's gonna be a career match.
Oh wow! If they could build it all the way till that, then that'll be crazy.
Could very well be. But yeah, man. Bad Bunny gets involved with Dom. He throws some punches at him. Better punches than Shane McMahon threw on the night before, literally on Sunday night before he tore his quad. And then he got put through a table by Damian Priest. Got put through a fucking table.
Yeah, these guys are friends, so I wasn't surprised that he took such a bad bump from him because Priest is probably going to protect him more than like anybody else on the roster would. Rey Mysterio and Theory match. Because I don't think I said anything about it. Kind of poopy. Wasn't great. I would have preferred a little bit more in-ring in this commercial-free first hour where we got I think we got commercials. And
was that part of the commercial free? Was that still part of the commercial free? I could have sworn it was.
I think no, because the commercial free I think ended during
the end.
Either ended right here or I think it ended. Yeah, I think it ended during this. I don't know. We got a fucking Omos and Elias match during commercial free Raw. What the fuck's the point of that? I don't understand. Well, like do the video packages fucking later. Okay, let me get some wrestling. Let me get do Sammy and KO versus the Street Profits. That should have been during this commercial free hour. That's what I would have done. But I thought it was okay. I don't love that. Like, I knew that they were going to continue the Dom story. Just when it's WrestleMania and it's the Raw after Mania, I like some stories that happen. I want new stories. And I felt like throughout the night, we found like we did get a new story with Cody, but they started the show continuing the Cody story. I kind of would have preferred if we just had Cody cutting a really sad crying promo about how he failed. And then he just gets like F5 by Brock. I think that would have been a really good way to end the show. Like Cody's crying, Brock comes out and Brock's smiling. And he says like, I also lost to the Roman, but you're a good guy, Cody. I like you. And then they hug. And then as Cody's walking away, he grabs him in the F5. I think that would have been a better ending. But
so you preferred no segment earlier, just Cody comes out at the end. I
preferred zero Roman Reigns on this show.
Come on,
nah.
I think if you're going to look, I actually would have. Okay, Cody comes. No, sorry, I take that back. Roman opens the show, says acknowledge me, and he gets the fuck out. That's a badass way to open the show.
Like all 33,
Los Angeles, 33? Acknowledge me. Yes, the same thing where he says welcome to my yard.
This is my
whatever
yard
he said.
Or now.
It's my yard now.
Maybe.
That's what I do. You get insane heat from that. I would not have put Cody and
Anyway,
Roman in the same ring again.
Let's
I think
move
it was
on. Let's
way too early to do it.
move on here. So,
Just like
in
I
the
think
back,
it was a little too early to go right into Ray and Dom again. I would have waited one more week to do this.
in the back, Adam Pearce is yelling at Damian Priest, who says it
I like
would have been
this.
much worse if he
Oh,
didn't like
now he
Bad
fucking
Bunny.
shows up.
Yes, now yeah,
Fucking
exactly,
Adam
bro.
Pearce.
Now the bald bozo shows up, bro. Where was he during the main event of
He was
WrestleMania?
not there in the
19?
main
I was about to
event.
say he's perfectly okay with Solo Sikoa ruining the main event of WrestleMania, but he has absolutely he loses his shit when Damian Priest puts Bad Bunny through a table after Bad Bunny jumped the barricade.
It's Bad Bunny, man.
Bad
Yeah, he ain't from
celebrity.
here.
Bad-
Look, you jump the barricade, you step into our world. They say that every fucking time, don't they?
Yeah, but he's a guest though. They're banking on him to sell out Puerto Rico or be one of the key reasons why. Let me correct myself there.
Oh shit!
After this, we got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They come out and they thank the audience for what they've been through. They started chanting, "Y'all deserve it." And Kevin wants to fight to celebrate their tag team championship win. And then out come the Street Profits, who, if memory served me correctly, they did win their tag team showcase match, right?
They
did win.
Yes.
They did. And
They
here
did,
they
but
go.
This was not a title match.
It was not a title match. I could have sworn it was. It felt like it was.
It was listed on the rundown as being a title match.
Yes. So I'll say this. I feel like they had probably one of the best matches of the night.
They had the best match of the night.
There
There
you
were
go.
three
Not
options.
one. Yeah.
They had the best match. There you go. They had the best match of the night. Obviously, Kevin and Sammy are over shit on the West Coast based on their history in PWG. And again, they had a very good back and forth, and it was all said and done. Sammy picked up the win for his team with the haluva kick, and there was that. Your thoughts on the match, Big Walty?
Yeah, no, this was easily the match of the night. Street Profits, they deserve the title match after winning at Mania, so I don't know why this wouldn't be a title match, but nonetheless, pretty good. You need more face tag teams to face. I mean, not face tag. You need more heel tag teams to face Owens and Zayn. So we'll see where they go with that. And yeah, I did its job, I guess. It was a good match. So
It's also Samoan. The test tube.
Precious, yeah, he's very valuable. So
Exactly.
I'm doing a true heat where I'm gonna start highlighting comments as y'all are talking to make sure comments get highlighted more. Because we can't read every comment, we just don't have time.
Yes,
unfortunately.
And so there was, and after this, we have Rollins bragging about beating.
Not gonna ask for my
Paul.
thoughts, Steve.
Okay, yeah, your thoughts.
It was a good match. This was fun. I really liked this. I thought Sammy worked a lot more in this match, like PWG Sammy, and I wanted more. I wanted more of NXT or El Generico Sammy, and I knew going like we were starting to get pieces of that, but I knew because of the way this story was, we couldn't fully get that against the Usos. We had to still see a little bit of heel Sammy, like that way of working, but he could add in a few things like the Blue Thunder Bomb and more of those moves. And I said, okay, once he's done with this, we can finally get, like, now that him and KO are this top babyface tag team, we can start to see more of Steen Erico. And I think that's what we're starting.
You watched Steen Erico?
I know Steen Erico.
Did you watch Steam Wolf?
Did I watch what?
Steen Wolf.
No, I didn't watch Team Wolf.
Go, whenever you get it. No, Steen Wolf. Their match from PWG.
No, I did not.
Whenever you get a chance, bro.
But I know Steen Erico. I know Steen Erico. I know some of my Ring of Honor and PWG.
Did you watch Ladder War?
Steve.
Anywho, let's move on from this indie.
I think that we're starting to get pieces of that. And quick shout out that they had the PWG logo on their trunks for WrestleMania, which I thought was really cool.
And Owens had Super Dragon. Super Dragon.
Yeah, and he talked about Super Dragon and Jay and Mark Briscoe.
Yes. So from there, we had Rollins, who bragged about beating Logan Paul.
This was fucking weird.
He comes out to the ring and gets serenaded by the audience, then leaves.
That's it.
I did see the video clip where they go to commercial and he's there. And they show him like talking to, I guess, a producer or whatever it was, and we changed the script.
Fightful. Okay, wait. Fightful just put out a report on this. There was online speculation that Seth Rollins' WWE segment was changed at the last minute because someone ringside appeared to be giving him instructions. However, sources familiar with the situation claim it was originally scripted that way. I call bullshit.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it was just
yeah,
a
he
waste
did.
of time. That's all
He
it
did,
was.
Peter. Yes,
We
Adam
couldn't get
Cole
the
did
women
dress like
on
a Super Dragon.
until 10 p.m., but we can have Seth Rollins come out to the ring and do that. Really?
Come on, man. It's Seth freaking Rollins. Come on,
But
man.
what? Let Rollins wrestle. Give him a match against like fucking Drew Gulak. I've thrown that guy's name out twice
Drew
on this show.
Gulak.
Give him Drew Gulak.
Give him Grayson Waller. Give him
Grayson
Dragon
Waller.
Grayson,
Lee.
you can't do Grayson Waller. You can't do
Dragon.
Dragon Lee. You can't do those guys. I like
Hey.
you have Drew Gulak is a good hand. He's someone that you can have a good 5-minute match with Rollins. Rollins
Give him
can
Tyler
stomp him.
Bate.
It's easy.
Give
It's
him Tyler
so
Bate.
easy.
What about Tyler? Give him Tyler Bate.
Tyler Bate would have been cool too. I wouldn't have had him. Like, I wanted, that's the thing is, like, even if you're not going to fully call people up, at least give us some NXT surprises. Like, that's
And
the thing that I
Ilya.
thought was just like really missing. Why no Cameron Grimes? Why no Roxanne Perez? She didn't have the title anymore. Could have had her. You could have done Gigi Dolan because she's probably going to get called up in a minute. There's a lot of other people too. Like, you could have brought in
What's going on, brother?
Tony D'Angelo. They lost their match. The Creed brothers, they lost their match because Gallows
Julius
retained.
Creed.
Bring up the
Julius
Creed brothers. Like, this would have been such a good, especially now that you have the tag champions. What would have been such a good idea is if when the Profits interrupted Sammy and KO, you then have the Creed brothers come out, and the Creed brothers say, "Hey, we might have lost at Stand and Deliver, but we're here. We want an opportunity. Let's go. Creed brothers versus the Street Profits. Put the Creed brothers over the Street Profits. That's a big way you get a team over immediately. Like, and there's other feeder teams that they do have. They have Alpha Academy. Have Alpha Academy in the ring, and Chad Gable is asking Otis, like, saying, like, "Oh, we're gonna go to the ring to have a match, but I need you focused. You can't be focused on Maximum Male Models." And then the Creed brothers show up. That would have been good too.
Peace.
There's so many good options that they had for, like, either call-ups or just surprises and gets NXT people on the show, and they did none of them.
I know.
I'm just sad, Steve. I'm really sad.
You're sad, bro. You're sad. Well, you gotta wait for Thursday for sad, man. Wait for Thursday.
I'm
Come
sad
on.
now. I am so disappointed. I want to
on.
like this.
Hold on. Will this
Guys,
make you
I
feel
spent
better?
like,
Hold on. Will
people
this
who
make you
think
feel
I'm a
better?
WWE hater. I spent all this money to go to
Will
LA for
Will this make you feel
WrestleMania.
better?
I
Will
want
this make you
to
feel
like
better?
this.
Will this make you feel better?
AEW.
Well, what made
Will
me
this
feel
make you feel-
better?
I'm like, here we go.
Oh,
Whoa.
NXT.
No, change it, Steve. Change it. Get out of here.
Come on,
I'll take
man.
this over NXT. I'll take this over NXT.
Hey, man, I could have had MLW background. Wait till that.
God, kill me.
It's made. It's already made. It's already
God.
made. So is the Impact one. They're already
I'll do
made.
Impact. I've already told you I'll do Impact.
We'll
Oh yeah,
see.
Frantic. Yeah, I'm on this week's episode of AEW Dark. I'm ringside.
Yeah,
So
good
if
for
you're watching
you, man.
AEW Dark right now, I'm ringside.
Good for you, man. Good for you. So what were we
Unfortunately,
after?
What was
I did
after
not
this
watch that.
fucking Seth Rollins thing?
So after this, we had Lashley, and he's talking about his win, right, with his trophy and shit. Then Braun Strowman confronts Bobby Lashley. He says that he'll fight again on day, but notes that he's interested in being Bobby Lashley's pupil. However, Bobby still wants to fight, and he takes an unwilling yet unpositive Mustafa Ali, beating him up in the backstage area, taking him to the ring, and they had a match where basically Bobby just squashed him, hit a lariat, and won with the Hurt Lock. If you blink, you missed. Let's put it that way. Mustafa Ali, let's just face it here, man. He is just there for the payday right now. He's just there collecting a check. Yeah, what could have been, right? Well, what could have been in 2019 had he never got hurt, we would have not been a Kofi Mania, right? It could have been him. Poor exactly. Draven G, poor Ali, man. Yeah, man. Tell me about it. I feel like the less we talk about that, the better.
No, the only thing I
Right.
gotta say is I know Mike's not here, but yeah, Bobby Lashley is looking like a fucking doofus. No Mania match, has to deal with Ali.
They were actually
Terrible.
planned to do LA Knight and Bobby Lashley in some sort of segment on Sunday, and they scrapped it.
Well, I don't know what's going on, man. This is ridiculous, man. This is
Oh,
what we
fuck,
resort to
fuck,
Bobby
fuck, fuck.
Lashley. I mean, I know Bray Wyatt fucked everything up, but that doesn't mean you just completely shit the bed on him. I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, I think they fucked him
Man,
over. Honestly,
there's actually a clip of Lashley backstage at WrestleMania venting his frustrations. I don't know if you guys saw this or not.
I don't.
I'm
blame him.
happy. I'm pissed off. Look at me.
And now he has to deal with Ali.
that's a little bit racist, Steve. What do
It's
all black
not,
people
huh?
look alike?
Hey, there's a clip. Hey, listen,
What
man.
happened?
Listen, man. He was pissed
Steve,
off.
Steve, come on. We can't. What are we doing? What are we doing?
What's Steve do? I must have fell asleep.
Did you not see? He
surprised.
said, I have a clip of Bobby Lashley taking his frustration out backstage, and he pulls up a clip of Ricky Starks.
Oh, what? I didn't hear that part. What is wrong with you?
Steve, what?
Okay.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Bobby Lashley to you too, Steve? Do you think he's also Bobby Lashley?
Listen, man.
He won't
But
come
best
close
case-
to Bobby Lashley. He's just
best-
bald.
Best case scenario. But anyway,
Cody must also be black if Brock Lesnar hates him.
hey, man, you got that passionate promo on AEW. So
The
in
only,
eyes
yeah,
of
the
some
only,
people-
the only way that you fight Brock Lesnar now is if you're black. So I mean, Cody Devontae Rhodes is real.
So then backstage, Roman asked Paul Heyman if he knew Brock Lesnar would be there tonight. And Heyman said that he had no idea. And Roman promises to smash both Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes tonight or last night. Kind of made you feel like, all right, man, something's fishy here. The fix could be in here, right? Something,
That's one of your favorite words.
I love these bloodline segments tonight. I don't know. I know Roman's gonna take some time off, but it was like a nice little progression. You see maybe some cracks in the bloodline, of course. So
I honestly,
sucks.
I don't
but-
think he's wrestling again until SummerSlam, and
And
that's 4 months away. That's
Hey,
like,
man.
like, just introduce a new title at least. I just want the championships being defended.
So after this, Bianca Belair comes out to the ring and puts over Asuka.
Finally, 2 hours into the show.
And then Rhea Ripley interrupts, saying that Bianca is lucky that she decided to challenge Charlotte Flair instead. They both agree that one day they'll finish this one-on-one. Now, I'm hoping here, I think we can speak for everyone here. It's about that time that we unify the women's titles.
No, you just want less
No.
women's wrestling. Let's be real here, Steve.
No. Listen,
That's the
listen,
vibe I
you-
got too from this, but I don't think they're gonna do it.
I think that they're gonna. I think they're just setting up for next year's Mania. It's gonna be Rhea versus Bianca.
Title for title.
Title for title.
I mean,
think
if they
that's a
both
good
hold the
idea.
title for another year, maybe. But I don't necessarily
Exactly,
think they're both
Chase.
holding that title for
Walter,
another
look
year.
at this. You see this? We're gonna be in Vegas.
Yeah, I
celebrating
think I
day
brought that
1000.
up the other day too. Like May
Oh.
27th, we're gonna be in Vegas. Day 1000. Yes.
We getting lit the fuck up that day. Day 1000. Day 1000, y'all. All night. While Kane's sipping on his Chick-fil-A.
I'm pissed
Oh,
off.
there.
about Grayson Waller.
Hey, listen, I was there today too. I was there
were?
today.
I wish there was one
Chick-fil-A.
nearby here. It's like too far from here.
Polynesian sauce, amazing.
let's
Anyway,
see.
moving on here. But the Polynesian sauce, amazing. From there, we got a women's tag title number one contender match between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Damaged Goods of Dakota Kai and Io Sky.
Yeah, so some
Christ.
interesting notes here is like I said earlier, this match was not supposed to originally happen. And this is supposed to Liv was supposed to be in one. I think Liv and Io were supposed to be in those matches, like in the triple threats. Maybe Raquel was supposed to be in one too. But Bailey was supposed to accompany Damage Control.
Damn it. He said damn it. Bailey was coming.
I'm fucking tired. I'm so exhausted. Supposed to
I know what
accompany
you're-
Damage Control
I
to the
know what-
ring, and last minute did
I
not.
know
And
what
then we
cheer
got
you- I know
obviously we
what
saw
cheer
that
you up.
Bailey. Steve, shut up. We saw that Bailey tweet Sunday saying all love stories must come to an end, something like that. And then we had a bunch of tweets today saying Bailey is great. Love you, Bailey. Dakota putting out a tweet. about Bailey. So
Is there
I do know Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com, Fightful Select, is reporting that as of now, nobody has requested their release, but it is a little interesting because I also am hearing some stuff. Not enough that I can say confidently, not enough that I can even share any details about what I've heard. I can just say that I have heard some stuff regarding that. So I texted you guys last night and I said, hey guys, pay attention. This week's going to be very busy. And then to build off of that, a talent close to the top of the card is the way Sean phrased it. A talent close to the top of the card told Fightful that if this was like a recurring thing, the fuck are you holding up?
We can't see him, man.
We can't
we finally hit 2,100.
That's awesome.
Subscriber.
Nice.
We all need to know that. We needed you to cut me off for that.
We're celebrating, man.
I know we could have talked about the end of the show, but yeah,
we'll bring it up.
Said that if this continues with Vince, which the story is that Vince was backstage, he was running the show, that they would request the release. And I think that I'm not saying it's Bailey. I'm saying that the news lines up to where I don't know, maybe it could, but there's a lot of other people it could be. So
in other words, if what you're saying is legit, if she's about it. She's about it, basically.
I just think that women's talent morale, especially the women, I think the women morale is going to be extremely low if Vince McMahon is fully back, fully running. And we're going to know by Friday, right? If he travels to SmackDown and if he travels to Raw on Monday, wherever it is. But if he travels to Portland, then we know for sure he's back. If he doesn't, then we got to wait out for about a month to see, I think. But
now, you want a bold prediction here?
The whole thing about I'm not going to be in the weeds. He was in the fucking weeds, man. I turned the corner when I got home. I saw some weeds out front, and I saw the picture of him with the mustache. Like, he's in my weeds. He's in all the weeds. He's always in the weeds. Vince is never not in the weeds. This guy's a perfectionist. Of course he's in the fucking weeds. What are you talking about?
Now, could it be as well, hey, listen, they're in LA, part of WrestleMania weekend.
And that's why I said I think it's a wait and see on how, if he's truly going to be on the headset, because I think if he's not on the headset, it's going to be a different type. Yeah,
where are they next week?
Because I think he's already been giving for the last month. I think he already has been giving input, but on the headset is a different situation.
Now, where are they next week?
On Friday, they're in Portland.
What about Raw?
Give me like 30 seconds to look where they are next week for Monday Night Raw.
Okay, because Portland is a big town for wrestling, so I see them being in Portland. But again, we had Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan versus Damaged Goods in a tag team match. The two women that teams that didn't win in the showcase match get a number one contender shot. What the hell is this?
No sense.
Steve, real quickly, we are going to be good for tonight. Chase just said we're good for tonight.
Well, you don't have to give me a bit. I'll be on it a little bit after.
Okay. So. I'm keeping my 8 p.m. Just go ahead and go through the show. We should be done in like 5 minutes.
Let's hope so.
Damaged Goods. They're jobbers.
Damaged Goods lost. I think. Did they lose? I don't even know who fucking won this match.
They did lose. Yeah,
they lost.
I don't know.
Of course they did.
Yeah,
we lost out on Io Sky having Io Shirai. Fuck Io Sky. We lost out on Io Shirai having another amazing Joshi run, going to potentially face Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné in Japan at Sakura Genesis, which is this weekend, which I'm really fucking excited for. I'm so excited for Sakura Genesis.
Was she wrestling?
She's facing Hazuki and Aziem. Aziem. I'm sure someone's going to correct me on how to say it.
What's she known for? High flying? Is she technical, like high flyer, or is she more like a?
She's Joshi.
I know, but still, I mean, it fits with the style. Like
she wrestles the Joshi style, man. Like it's
okay.
It's the Joshi style. It's pure so. But I'm really excited for that match, and I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited for women's wrestling right now, and every company except for WWE. I'm even excited about an AEW. AEW hasn't been spectacular. I can say that. I think in the ring, WWE delivers. Every women's match, the women's showcase was not the greatest. I don't blame them. I blame Ronda Rousey for being put in there whenever she's injured. But the Rhea Charlotte match was one of the best women's matches I've ever seen in my life. Asuka and Bianca was not as good, but still a very good match. One of the better matches on night 2. easily like I had it like I mean there's only 7 matches technically, but I think I put it third best match of the night. It was still a really good show and really good for the weekend. And the women's 6-man was a good match too. 6-woman match, sorry, 6-woman tag. But in terms of story, both women's stories were dog shit going into Mania. The only good one was the Becky story, and I didn't even like that. I thought it went on too long, and damaged goods being damaged goods because they are damaged goods at this point. So if I just don't give a fuck about what WWE is doing with the women's division. Hunter can't book it. Vince can't book it. Look, at least Ring of Honor's got some really good women's wrestling right now. AEW, I think, is not amazing, but I still think that they're at least getting better over time. Better than it was at this point last year when Thunder Rosa held the title. So I'll fucking take anything I can get. Impact is amazing with their women's division. And Stardom is killing it right now with Mercedes Moné. And they have their own stuff going on. Julia beating the fuck out of
Hold up. When we getting that? Hold up. Question.
Who did Julia beat the fuck out of the other?
Julia part of Stardom, right?
Julia
She's
Stardom.
part of. So we can't get that match down the road between Julia and Mercedes. We can, right?
We can because Hazuki and AZM and are also Stardom.
And Tokyo Joshi Pro is like a whole different ball.
Tokyo Joshi Pro is a whole other thing. But
it's like the CMLL of the
Stardom and promotion. New Japan have Bushiroad. That is their parent company. They have the same parent company.
Okay.
So yes, that's why like AZM and Hazuki are under Stardom contracts. So that's why they're able to wrestle Mercedes Moné right now. And Mercedes only has, I think after this, she has one more match on her contract against Mayu Iwatani, who faced Kairi at the historic X-Over for the first IWGP Women's Champion. But my point is that women's wrestling is great everywhere except WWE right now, in my opinion. It's the only place where I'm kind of just not caring. At least in AEW, I have a mission where I'm like, I wanted to get better. WWE, I've lost. I know in the ring they're going to deliver, but anything else, once they're outside the ring, I've lost my hope after this week. After they didn't put any women on for the first 2 hours, and they didn't even treat Bianca or Rhea like that big of a deal.
I get you, man. I get you.
This whole episode is just me being angry and sad, Steve.
Do you want me to get hurt to cheer you up? Want me to fuck up and say something stupid to cheer you up so you can laugh?
No, I don't want you to fuck up and say something stupid. That makes me sad that you think that that makes me happy. It does sometimes.
I'm trying to cheer you up.
You're my friend. I don't want you hurting yourself to make me laugh. You're my friend. I care about you, Steve. I'll say nice things about you today.
Adam Sandler reference, Big Daddy. When he was young, when he told, you want me to get without cheer you up? Because like, anyway, let's move on because I know Walter gotta head out in a bit.
Yeah,
so a lot of women. Kaden don't watch NXT. There's a lot of women on there.
Yeah, the stories are dog shit.
Oh man, they had a whole ladder match.
A lot of women, man.
I heard the ladder match was not good.
So the Miz comes out and says that he done with surprises. Matt Riddle returns in his undies and he attacks him. But Matt Riddle drops him with the Bro Derek. You know what it looks like? Did he get a trim? Did he get a trim? You know what I
didn't care enough to realize.
I didn't care either, but whatever. HBK is the best booker of the women.
HBK doesn't book anything right. Let's be real here. He
did book a good show last. What was it, Saturday?
I didn't look. I just haven't had time.
I was surprised. I was surprised. I'm not a big HBK defender, but I was shocked that the show came out pretty well.
Yeah, the Bible thumper really held it down. Anyway, let's move on here. Becky on commentary, they provided updates on Bad Bunny, saying that he may have suffered a separated shoulder from the attack earlier tonight, and he was transferred he was sent to a local medical facility.
Vince is
not a hospital.
Vince is
fucking
back. Vince is back.
Oh shit! Shoulder.
Vince is back.
And then we got Becky, Trish, and Lita interview. Becky said the damage control chapter of her career is done. Right, and Lita and Becky want to refocus on elevating the tag team titles.
F those titles.
give a fuck.
Man. Whoa. See, if I say that, oh, Steven don't like women's wrestling, man.
Because it's not needed. It's not. It doesn't. It's not that
like,
Steve hate
if you
women's
make a good
wrestling.
point about the women, we'll give you that. It's just whenever you literally are on your phone for every women's match that we do on the watch.
Listen, I was watching. Listen,
Blackjack.
I should have you know, young man. I was watching matches this weekend, man. I was watching
Walter. Please tell me that's bullshit. There's no chance that's
The
true.
majority of the time he was. There was some points on the phone, but some points I was on my phone too.
because I was tweeting. I was tweeting, man, about the matches. I thought
You were tweeting about the matches.
Exactly. I thought, what's her
All right,
name?
well, you know what? Let's move on. No one gives a fuck about these tag titles. Now that it's WWE.
And then we got the last thing: Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus Cody and Brock.
We already talked about
this earlier.
Brock beat the fucking shit out of him.
Yes, and I thought it was great.
I thought it was a good segment. I genuinely,
I
don't like that they promoted this the whole show and it never happened. I kind of don't. And that was their big match for Raw after Mania. That's my biggest issue with it. Because I like if you're gonna do one match and promote one match as your big Raw after Mania match, and then you just don't fucking do it, that's my issue. But in a vacuum, I thought this was good.
Yeah, the segment of the night by far. And it's building towards, this is the next chapter of Cody's story. It's not over yet. He still has a long way to go.
Segment, the Roman promo.
What, Triple H?
I kind of like what Cody said. I preferred that to this. Because like I said, I can't put it just in a vacuum. I have to include the other parts of this, which is that we had a very disappointing Raw after Mania, and they closed with we didn't have any special. Like I wanted at least something, and if you're not going to give us something else in the show that's a special match, then that's my issue. I wanted it was disappointing. I wanted something. I would have just let Brock hit the F5 after the match, man. Come on. It's okay. He doesn't even have to tag in. Just have Cody in there, and then Brock gets tagged in. He F5s Cody, beats the shit out of him. You get a DQ finish. Nobody takes
Roman didn't want to wrestle.
Okay. I would have liked that.
Roman didn't want to wrestle.
You don't have to. No. Just let Solo and Cody go. Roman can jump in there and hit 2 punches, and that's it. That's all you got to do if you're Roman. That's all you got to do.
Yeah,
There's ways.
Maybe none of them. Maybe all 4 of them didn't want to wrestle. Maybe all 4 of them were like, "Fuck this."
So many ways to book around at Walter.
Cody was probably like, "Fuck this." Lesnar just
Roman could have said, "All right, you can't face me.
Feel,
you can face Paul Heyman and Solo."
I just feel like, and again, I know people, and I said this earlier. I just think this is another chapter in the beginning of his story.
Another chapter in the book of Cody.
The Finish the Story shirt, which I'm sad that Mike still wanted, it's not WrestleMania themed. So
it's not.
To be fair, it isn't. And I'm very happy because I'd be pissed if it was WrestleMania.
Does I have WrestleMania logo on it?
I bought 2 of these shirts.
For you?
No, one was supposed to be for my dad, and we never wore it to the event, so I'm going to give it to my friend Steven Jensen.
No, yeah, that's fair. Then eventually becomes a gym shirt, just like this one. This Bret
we all
shirt.
know. I mean, we all hear and we know about Steven Jensen's love for Cody. So,
that's why he was sad on Twitter. Like, damn.
Yeah, because he's a huge Cody fan.
Did he?
So I texted him. I was like, "Hey, you want
did
my?"
They
Cody
go to school
shirt?
together or something? Did they know each other?
They're from a similar area in Atlanta.
Okay. Because I saw on Twitter. Oh, I know he was like a state champion, this and that.
Yeah,
Oh shit. They probably went to school together or something, high school, or college. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think he just loves Cody.
Yeah, it's respectful.
All right, that's the end of Raw.
By the way, the Fire Vince was trending on Twitter last night. Of course, they
technically, once the merger is over and it's fully merged, they could fire Vince, but the merger is going to take a while.
They ain't firing that guy.
They're not firing that guy. Listen, keep this in mind, bro.
Ari was sucking his dick.
Keep this in mind, bro. Dana White and Vince McMahon can get away with the shit they did, and they'll be okay. Keep that in mind, bro.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate it.
Listen, guys, this has been the Raw rundown. I want to thank you guys again. I know I was trying to tell everybody this earlier, but we just finally hit 2,100 subscribers on the channel. I know it may not seem like, oh my God, but for us, it's the small victories that we celebrate here as well. as we
Okay,
are
I
on
think
this.
this is working. Like you
It's working.
you know, the producing the content even throughout the bad shows. You know,
Even
we're still
throughout the
giving
bad
you
shows.
thoughts,
Yeah, we're still.
reviews.
We are
Shit.
still here. We are going like, look, I fucking hated this episode of Raw. I thought this show was absolute ass. I thought it was a 2-pack of ass. I thought it was wet dog shit. I thought it was solid dog shit. I thought it was stinky smelly.
I thought
It
it
smelled
was like an
worse than the
overcooked
guy
steak.
standing in front of me at Bloodsport who smelled like he had pooped his pants and hadn't worn
Oh,
deodorant,
see, this
hadn't
one I'm gonna
showered
be
in 3 years.
Did they pay?
Did
That
Did
smelled
they
like
pay?
absolute shit, Steve?
Did
He
they?
smelled terrible.
Did they pay homage to the dude who passed away at the GCW show?
Yes.
Did they have
Oh,
like,
no,
the
never
jug?
mind.
Did they have the jug?
I don't think they did that at all. I think they did it in
man.
a different episode because they had already done GCW since. But
Okay.
you smelled like pit. Like the guy smelled fucking terrible in front of me, and that guy's smell, how bad that smell was. That is the
Bunch of
smell that I
enemies,
imagine.
man.
If this episode of Raw had a scent, I imagine it being that guy's smell. That's how bad this show was. It was really, really bad. Yeah, this show fucking sucked, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, it happens, brother. But again, guys, thank you all as always. We appreciate all of you. We'll be back, I guess, tomorrow for Let's Talk NXT or something.
Do you mind, real quickly, Safet is asking, what if the shareholders for WWE said no to Vince? They can't. Vince is the majority Vince is majority shareholder. You can't say no to him if you're a shareholder. It's literally not possible.
Yeah.
Oh my
Nothing
god.
as bad as the
Yeah,
fat
nothing
dude
as
who
bad
took
as the
up.
dude who took up 2 seats at Ring of Honor. I didn't see him, so I don't know.
That ain't no. I remember me and
Jesus
Walter went to
Christ.
Terminal 5 for Ring of Honor back in 2014. There was a fat dude who sat on the floor and he got arrested. He got too drunk.
Oh
And-
yeah.
And when they cuffed him,
5.
when
You
they
know what,
it-
Steve?
it-
Hey,
it went
Steve,
out-
let's save this story for Friday. You like saving stuff for Friday. Let's save the story for Friday.
no, we got stuff for Friday. But it's gonna be
We'll save it for Friday.
Just
Let's
finish
let them
this little
know.
story. It's about to end. It's about to
Let me
end,
go take a
right?
little nap before we start the date.
And the guy got cuffed and his pants was down and shit.
All
It was like,
right.
oh.
Walter, what do
Anyway,
you got
guys.
to plug? Plug your shit.
Anyway, whoa, I'm the one doing. Oh, you take it easy, but you control yourself. I know you can't help yourself. Thank you all again for tuning in, Walter. Let them know where can the fine folks, check you out, man.
The fine folks could check me out on Twitter at Hey I'm Walter and around here at Around the Point.
And of course, Mr. Caden Lee.
You can find me on Twitter at Caden, KADEN_FTW. I'm posting a lot of pictures from WrestleMania week up there. I posted a picture with my best friends, the Cease twins. Who I'm going to spend most of the weekend with. We are the Cease triplets. If you guys go look at our picture, we all clearly are triplets because we look the exact same. Like the resemblance is uncanny. If you looked at 3 of us, there's no way you can't say that we're triplets. Like, come on, we look the exact same. I'll actually probably put the picture up when we do our stream. And at 8 p.m.,
Let's see
that
smile. Let's see that smile, man. Let's see. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Fuck away. No, I'm fucking tired. At 8
Steve,
p.m.,
like
probably like closer to
a
like
wise
8:10
man,
or
you're a kid.
8:15 because I'm fucking tired. I want to take a nap. We're gonna be doing Caden's WrestleMania week, so it's right here on this channel. Go check it out. I'll say 8 for now. If I start at 8:10, 8:15, I need a minute to rest. I'm so fucking tired. I'm so exhausted.
Listen.
Oh, and I'm Heel saying look like a young buck from TNA. I met the Young Bucks on Saturday.
Hey, you look like a young generation me, man. You look like a young Jeremy Buck.
Jeremy Buck.
See, Katie wasn't around for the generation me days. You
They
weren't
were
there.
jobbers.
They were.
You
like,
know it too. They
They've
were
been
real.
Motor City Machine. They've been
guys.
Oh,
look
look
what I
at
sent to the group chat. Look what I sent to the
time
group
out. He was tired, and now all of a sudden, guys.
chat. You're gonna see, Steve. Go look at what I just sent.
This better be some big breaking news.
Yeah, it's big. It's big, all right.
Hopefully, I'm not blocked by this person. Trust me, she's been. It's best you don't know.
I do know the stories. I do know. Walter, did you see it?
Oh, let me see.
Okay.
I don't see it
Anyway,
either.
guys, this was fun. This
Link.
was great
I'm gonna click the link.
for myself, for Walter, for Kaden.
Yeah, she's a former YouTuber.
Yes, she is. Trick Kick 21. And for the gang, thank you all again. We'll see you all in a couple of minutes. Well, Kaden will. This has been
You're gonna be
the
here too,
Raw
Steve.
Rundown on the Around the Point Network. Good night, everybody. This was fun.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.